Welcome back to Brach Eichler Talks, where we dive into today's trending legal topics. In this episode, we're recapping key insights from our recent seminar focused on New Jersey inheritance tax returns, specifically the ITR form. If you're an accountant, estate professional, or assisting clients through estate administration, this is definitely one to tune into. Joining us is Amy Van Fossen, counsel in our Trust and Estates group here at Brach Eichler. Amy works closely with high net worth individuals and families to develop thoughtful, tax-efficient estate plans. She's also a trusted advisor to private foundations and holds an LLM in taxation from Villanova. Amy, great to have you here.
Thanks.
Let's jump right in. What are some of the biggest issues you're seeing around the New Jersey inheritance tax return?
One of the most common pitfalls is assuming certain assets are exempt just because they bypass the probate process. Just as an example, payable on death or transfer on death accounts, jointly owned accounts, retirement accounts like IRAs and 401ks, they may still be subject to inheritance tax depending upon who the beneficiary is. Beneficiaries all fit into a class for New Jersey inheritance tax purposes, and that class determines if a transfer to them is subject to inheritance tax and at what rate. It isn't always obvious what class a specific beneficiary fits into, and that catches people off guard all the time. We talked during the seminar about who has responsibility for filing the return and paying the inheritance tax. The return is most often filed by the executor or the administrator, who will pay the tax directly from the estate and then just deduct the amount of the tax from a beneficiary's share before making a distribution to them. But if the executor or administrator doesn't file the inheritance tax return for some reason, or when a taxable asset passes outside of probate, many beneficiaries don't realize that they are personally liable to pay the tax, and they may not be able to actually claim their share of the estate until they pay it.
That is definitely something people should be aware of. Are there any updates to the ITR form itself or the process?
Yes, the form has been updated in the past year to provide clearer instructions, a cleaner format overall, and to streamline the amendment process, but the underlying rules still remain complex. For example, Class C beneficiaries, who are siblings and spouses of your children, and Class D beneficiaries, who are nieces, nephews, and generally unrelated individuals, are subject to much higher rates, and that needs to be carefully planned for. We talked through real examples of how small oversights can lead to unexpected tax bills or delays in closing out an estate.
So what's one simple thing someone can do to avoid problems with New Jersey inheritance tax?
Start early and communicate. Even if you think that the estate is straightforward, it's worth reviewing the will and a full asset list with a professional before any distributions are made. Don't forget, gifts made within 3 years of death may still be brought back into the estate and may be subject to New Jersey inheritance tax. That ends up surprising a lot of folks.
And if someone didn't get to attend the seminar or wants help with a specific issue, how can they follow up?
They can reach out to me directly, whether it's a general question or you're dealing with a tricky beneficiary situation or a filing deadline. I'm happy to talk through it. And you can email me at avanfossen@bracheichler.com or give me a call directly at 973-447-9675.
Thanks, Amy, and thanks to everyone who joined us for the seminar. If you're navigating an estate with potential New Jersey inheritance tax implications, don't wait. Reach out now and make sure you're handling it correctly from the start.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook for updates on new episodes. For more information and resources, visit bracheichler.com. This is intended to provide general information, not legal advice. Please contact the authors if you need specific legal advice. Brach Eichler LLC is a full-service law firm based in Roseland, New Jersey with over 80 attorneys. The firm is focused on the following practice areas: healthcare law, real estate, litigation, trusts and estates, business transactions and financial services, personal injury, criminal defense and government investigations, labor and employment, environmental and land use, family law services, patent, intellectual property, and information technology, real estate tax appeals, tax and cannabis law.